about that.
Yeah, I think the staff said no. Like, wrap it up, wrap it up. And Zomba said, I got you. Don't worry. I know that all of the attendees here who are keeping the venue open are rooting for Zomba, but Jakal coming in hot off of a couple sets definitely has something to say here. Already we're seeing a very different change of pace for Game 1 here in Pokemon Stadium. Even the change of scenery, too, could definitely help change the dynamic, but so far it is Jakal running away with that advantage state. Zomba answering back. No, it's going to be still Jakal with those well-timed neutral airs. Finally, though, a reversal.
I think it's funny because the person always coming from losers is always going to have that advantage of the fact that they just played, especially the fact that Jakal just played a very high-tempo set with Tilde. So now Jakal's hands are warmed up, and now, I mean, Zomba, it's time to kind of put on the jets, trying to get back into this as much as he can right now, but still Jakal finding these openings with the Nair, finds the up air though, but we need to find the finisher here. F-tilt at the ledge, not going to be enough just yet. Gets the gyro tossed down, and now here comes Jakal falling off with the Nair, not going to be enough just yet, but we're at a gas, AG. That's going to be Jakal finding the first stop.
Yeah, and that's just some good stuff from Jakal. I always, really commend Jakal on not necessarily going for the stock every time, but going for just a little bit extra, right? That extended edge guard didn't necessarily have to have a fancy finish or any flourish. It was just some good old-fashioned chip damage over and over until all of those resources were worn out. And sometimes that is the name of the game. That patience can be so important, but sometimes the explosive options aren't bad either. We see Jakal lining up something wild over at the ledge, but we're back to center here. Zomba answering back. I like that weight on the gyro.
Still, though, it is going to be Zomba trying to play as oppressive as possible here with those down tilts as well. But the top right hit, or the top left hit, excuse me.
What's Rob's right? So
yeah, I was right. It doesn't matter. Is going to find that stock here. It is going to be even, at least for the moment here. We know, though, that Rob can find percentage really easily with a couple of nairs, but Jakal giving Zomba a lot of respect, right? Saying, you know what, I'll wait for you to approach with that nair. I know the exact spot where my forward air is going to do it. The Wolf Flash, though, is also going to do it, and Jakal's going to find that stock out of the blue.
And like I said, sometimes you have to break the flourish out, but that was still from like a relatively safe approach, which was that gyro throw. So low committal, but then once that, one little bit of damage came through, Jakal knew to pull the trigger, and it really worked out. Opportunity here for Zomba, though, taking back center stage. Jakal on the back foot. Good jump in, though. Wow.
Yeah, it's so close, right? Especially, the thing is, though, we see Jakal's strings are just so fluid right now. We haven't seen that from Zomba just yet, right? We haven't seen nair side special, right? We haven't seen the gyro tosses that, 1, 2, 3 catches in a row. We're still warming up here if we're Zomba here. Finds the down throw, though, and Jakal's still having the gyro, and it is going to be able to toss it down here. Is now Zomba going to be able to continue this pressure right now, but landing forward into another Wolf Flash is going to do it. What a way to start grands.
Just off of the top 2 times. Really good presence of mind there. Knows the spacing, I would say, like front and back, and just immediately lets it rip right there. And honestly, there's not a lot Rob can really do in that spot. You just kind of have to, if you gamble on the air dodge, then you're just kind of stuck in a pretty bad spot anyway. It's kind of back to center stage. But if you aren't confident, like, why would you go for it? Well, it's all the way across the stage, and then,
yeah, man, it's the controller, though. Don't worry. It's always the controller, right?
Yeah.
It's never, man, I'm getting outplayed. It's always the controller.
Yeah, I've never won and been like, good job, controller.
It's the controller's fault. All right, well, we're finally seeing a different stage along the lines of Battlefield here, AG. So I'm expecting a couple of more, trying to sniff out some landings, trying to sniff out some follow-ups here. But so far, so good here. Coming out from Zomba, definitely finding his footing again. But the thing is, now we have a very patient Jakal. It's a very different beast.
Oh, as you say that, though, that dash attack, a little impatient. And what a punish, too. Good side special to get back, but Zomba's still on the hunt. Getting the grab should be dangerous here. It's going to be the up tilt up air. There goes a pretty clean stock in Zomba's favor. Jakal coming down, trying to find that momentum that we saw in Game 1 and answer back.
You think Zomba said to his controller, good job there?
Yeah.
Still, though, it is going to be this opening string now. We're seeing a little bit more of that fair scramble in the center stage. Both players now getting their 1, 2, 3 pieces, but then backing off when they see that it could not necessarily be guaranteed all the way here, but the jab 1-2. There's that nair we were talking about. Great shine, though, on the reflect of the big laser. Like how Zomba just prioritizing grabbing the gyro instead. Trying to do it there, but unable to find it. The air dodge onto the stage will be caught by Jakal with a grab here, so now Zomba has to land. But the thing is, we're on battlefields. We have tons of places that we can land, and sometimes Wolf isn't fast enough to keep up with all of them, but the gyro tossed down, and my goodness, what a follow-up from Zomba. Will be able to turn the tides completely. This is a completely different player.
Yeah, from mid-range to the gyro into all of the following options, had it all covered. Jakal decided to just, go into the blast zone and reset, kept the momentum into this stock here, but we got a pretty sizable lead for Zomba. Like, it's way different when Zomba has the lead, and all of a sudden it's on Jakal to approach. We didn't really see that in game one, and we probably, we can really appreciate the difference in the pace right now. Look at all of this pressure, some more damage. Not going to take the stock, obviously, but still tons of damage here. Shine extension, really nice, though.
Yeah, super clean, always coming down from Jakal here, but it is going to be Zomba finding the up tilt into the up air and the game as well. That's the thing with battlefields, right? Sometimes the ceiling is very tricky here, and for as quickly as Jakal won game one, Zomba fires back with a very dominant game number 2 here on Battlefield. So now we'll see. We're going to go to Final Destination. We're going to go world tour here. All of our stages in this set. Our players love small battlefields, but it's nice to, take a tour around. We'll see what we're going to do without our platforms this time here. I'm expecting a very defensive Jakal here. No more approaching.
Yeah, I think we saw the platforms really work out for Jakal when it was Pokemon Stadium, but when we switched over to Battlefield, it was a little different. The one thing, though, I think that really kind of made the theory for this counter pick is that Jakal was really good at keeping that pressure up vertically against Zomba in game one. Zomba had a hard time landing, especially when the gyro got into the mix. So if we can see a bit more of that in this game here on this stage, then Jakal can try and get a lead in this set. But so far, getting some good damage, but not really finding those big hits or punishes quite yet.
But I think that's why we're here, AG. We're trying to say, you know what, I'll get my very reliable damage and then I'll find the stock somewhere else, right? I'll find that opening when I feel like it here. Because look at the way that Jakal's saying, you know what, I'll even jump over you, go back to center stage. Oh, you're going to approach me? Maybe I'll find a way out of here. But the problem is, if we're jumping unsafely right over Zomba, you know what he's going to be able to find. Finds the forward air, but Gyro's just barely missing off the side of the stage. And look at this, Shields goes back, gets the shine, and says, you know what, I'll wait for my opportunity. At least I'm not losing the stock.
Right. Oh, I love that. That was a well-spaced back air right there after that landing with the neutral air, which I was going to say, it's getting pretty dangerous to land with some of these aerials because Zomba's knowingly throwing out these up tilts, sort of anti-air, and Jakal's having a hard time getting around it, but as we say that, one more mix-up layer is added, and now Jakal looking really good. Zomba on the back foot with little shield here, back air. A wonderful pickup, and now Jakal looks so comfortable holding down center stage.
Absolutely, you gotta be right, but there's that nair from Zomba here. Finds the gyro toss here. Could be trouble for Jakal, but the toss goes a little bit too high. That's gonna give Jakal a little lease on life here. But of course, as always, Zomba gonna be able to find his mark with the back air here. 2 stocks to 2, but here's Jakal with the grab and the pummel that actually did a lot of damage as well.
Yeah, Zomba said, I am not renewing that lease on life. The gyro is like so important in this match too, and as I say that, Zomba throwing it out right there, not really wanting to deal with it. Dash attack, opening up the stage, and the laser gives a little bit of a runway for Zomba.
Problem is, we gotta get back into center stage, right? That's why we're here on Final Destination, to have these opportunities to reset, rethink here. But still, Jakal will be able to thread the needle, find the back air. It's not going to be enough for stock here, but still just trying to get something started. Zomba still taking his time, coming back down to stage. The thing is, the stage can work out really well for you, but it could also work out really well for your opponent as well.
Right. One thing that I think is really interesting is the shine is like slowly wearing down Zomba's shield, which led to some of those aerials kind of poking. Unfortunately, we're not going to see much of that right now. It is the Zomba show. After we get a couple of grabs here, the gyro is set up as well. Does find a way down, though. Good stuff from Jakal to sneak in that air dodge. What looked to be an unwinnable situation. Forward tilt, also going to take that stock. Zomba now on the last one here, but Jakal is at a very dangerous percent.
Dangerous indeed here, but here comes Jakal. The thing is, though, when you're high in percent, you get a little bit more oomph out of your moves here. Once again, these nairs out of shield from Jakal are so well spaced at this point that, my goodness, just the way that Jakal's saying, you know what, I'm not approaching anymore unless I want to. I have the gyro in hand. I have the game potentially in hand as well. I thought he was going to go for the flash.
I thought it too. Another neutral air landing down, which keeps Zomba in shield, and that's all the difference right there. There's the tech chase, and there's your answer. A footstool up special, not taking the stock at 130, but still, it keeps that pressure up. Up air is going to do it, and Jakal goes up 2-1 in Grand Finals. But we're going to need to see a lot more of that. We're going to see if Zomba can make some adjustments as well.
I think what's so interesting is the fact that Jakal said, you know what, we're going to go to a bigger stage. I'm not too confident necessarily in the scramble where we're really just kind of punching each other, right? So I'll just wait for you to make those weird movement options in, and then I will find my string that I know I can reliably get on you. So honestly, we'll see how Game 4 is going to go. I mean, of course, we're one game away from getting our Grand Finals reset here on Jakal's side, but you know Zomba's not going to go down too easy.
Right, as I said, we are also 2 games away from calling it a day and giving Zomba the trophy, but we're seeing a very different Jakal in this set, and I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing. Going back to small battlefield here, where the platforms historically have worked out for Jakal, but since then, platforms in general have been working out more for Zomba. Right now we're seeing a bit of a traffic jam under that left platform as the projectiles keep Jakal in the corner. Finally, firing back though.
You know, as Zomba just hit that nair, I realized that we really haven't been able to see a lot of those nair combos coming out from Zomba. Like, it's the fact that Jakal understands the spacing really well. And speaking of Jakal, finds a beautiful string on the stage here. It's the reverse hit of the nair here, as now it is all Zomba. How do we get up from the ledge? These gyro tosses are doing pretty well at this point, but still, we're back to the scramble here. For both players, it's so even right now, AG.
Yeah, we see when you get to a situation where you have the 2 nairs competing, generally Zomba wins, but if Jakal can find a way around it and get those follow-ups that have been doing just so many wonders for Jakal, you can see the momentum shift drastically, and now Zomba's swinging, trying to look for an in, gets the grab to open up the stage here. It's going to be an uphill into the up air, but no, Jakal jumps out, barely.
Good spacing here on Jakal here, as now Zomba is going to be able to try and get the edge guard right now. I love how Zomba kind of rolling back, waiting to see what happens here. Gets that signature run off there, but my goodness, the rotor arms and the hitbox just didn't kind of agree with each other here. Jakal going to fall down. We are even, AG.
Gyro in hand, and as I say that, there it goes.
As always.
Yep. Zomba now putting up the shield and rolling a little bit more. Waiting to see how Jakal starts the approach and then responding. Wrestling back center stage, gyro in hand though. Good roll to the left from Jakal to avoid what was a nice trap setup from Zomba.
Here we go though. Speaking of Zomba, stacking up so much damage right now just from the tilts here. Gyro toss going to go down. I loved the coverage with the laser as well here. Speaking of coverage, it's looking like Zomba's trying to line up some coverage to get this second stock off Jakal right now. But there's the dash attack, still trying with these gyro tosses, but the wolf up special is going to send Zomba back into center stage. I like how he held on to the gyro though, at least waited the moment here, but look at the way that Jakal says, I want no part of that. I will just reset neutral, throw myself into the corner. Will be able though to find the tech, and Zomba doesn't necessarily get the direct read on where Jakal is going here, but still Jakal very confidently saying, you know what, I'm not ready to fight just yet. I'll find my one hit and I'll take you somewhere else.
Oh, nair does get the tech chase. Good tech roll in though. If you are going to get hit regardless, that's the best hit to get hit by, obviously. Jumping in from the ledge. Now going to try and find a way down. It's going to be the neutral air and the gyro throw. But Zomba slowing it down a little bit. Sour spot back here from Jakal. Going to open up the stage one more time. Gyro in hand for Jakal. A dangerous spot for Zomba. What's the way down? Air dodges, but the up tilt still finds the mark. There is that Jakal inevitability we're talking about.
Speaking of inevitable, it feels like this game, or set 2, to AG might be inevitable, as it will be Zomba finding a down smash there to even us back up in terms of stock count right now. But look at this. It is so close. You know, Jakal doesn't want to go in with anything too committal because, you know, we haven't seen it just yet this set, AG, but we have not seen rotor arms off the side all the way through. Love the way that Jakal's landing with that back air, saying I want no part of it. Even trying to get the reversal, the reverse up tilt into the F tilt as well. And now it is all up to Zomba. Can he put out the flames? That is Jakal right now.
Okay, gyro kind of messes up Jakal's roll in right there. Zomba keeping the pressure up from mid-range though, not really wanting to box. Gets that air dodge in to dodge that forward air. Really good stuff right there, and good spacing to avoid the neutral air.
Still though, both players trying to get something started. No tech from Zomba is going to allow for Jakal to get going here, at least for the moment. Though has gyro in hand, the Wolf Flash is going to at least send Zomba off. It's not going to be enough though. Here comes Zomba, finds the up air, and with a little bit of rage and a little bit of just spunk, we're gonna go to our game 5 here, potentially final game of this set of grand finals. We'll see how it's going to happen because both players are playing so well right now.
Gonna go back to Pokemon Stadium 2 as we lock in for this game 5. Really just interesting adaptations we're seeing right there. Jakal has kind of been getting these neutral airs punished by Zomba, where normally they were doing wonderfully in the first couple of games. Now Zomba's fading away, or just, you know, going for very patient shielding and kind of waiting out the option, and the shine hasn't really been a factor in the last couple of games either. So see how it all shakes out in game 5 where it matters the most. There is that combo you were asking for, and what a delivery.
I'm so sorry, Jakal. I'm so sorry, man. I feel like that's my fault. Still though, I mean, Jakal wants to give it right back to Zomba here. 44%, 59, and potentially could go a little bit further. Gets the nice read on the way that Zomba has come down first with the forward air, then the up air, and then the back air as well. So we're getting a nice little tour of Wolf's aerials here. Zomba's still not out of it just yet, but gets another nair here. Good air dodge onto stage, but you know Zomba's ready for it. This is what Rob does so well. He covers every option.
That's what those neutral airs were telegraphing too. Like, hey, if you get up at the wrong time, even slightly, you're done for. Nice little pressure with the gyro there. The shine's so good. It's just like taking the projectile, and then you get to go play neutral while the projectile does the rest. You see right there, that time Zomba threw the gyro out, and Jakal decides to ignore it, which is like a really good mix-up considering how pivotal the gyro has been otherwise.
The way that Zomba saying, you know what, I have this massive lead only a minute in. I don't need to approach anymore. I'll just get all of this chip damage just from throwing my gyro, hitting you with laser, and saying, you know what, you can figure it out. And I mean, Jakal has certainly figured it out throughout this entire set. But what do you do when Zomba has every move covered? Jumping into the back air, unfortunately, Zomba one stock away from winning it all here at CT's GamerCon. Could have been over right there in a flash.
It just might be too. That's such a big shift in the momentum, right? When you get that really early stock as Zomba, now all of a sudden Jakal has to approach. It's not necessarily fighting over stage control, it's just fighting tooth and nail to get around gyro and every laser and every big swing. Jakal looking for way too much right there with the up smash, and Zomba looking to bring it home probably very soon.
I was about to say, a couple of wishful options there is going to allow for Zomba to get a lot more damage than Jakal wants here. 162 on to Rob, now 182. So we could be seeing a throw sometime soon, but the problem is that's a lot of rage to be kind of bargaining with. And granted, you get the stock, sure, but now you have 2 more stocks to go through for Zomba here. You're on your last one. You're barely touching 100%. My goodness, the Wolf Flash again, but Zomba's had enough of Jakal's tricks here. Will be able to find that mid-air gyro toss. The shine not going to be enough, but the gyro toss not going to do it either. No, I mean, we'll be able to find the tech here, but you know Zomba's looking for a hard read to end it here. Trying to get something going, but here comes Jakal. We'll be able to find the back throw. No stock just yet.
Even after the throw, 207% is really demoralizing. Gonna have to try and find a way in, but that roll got scouted. Does dodge the laser and the down air. It's looking like it's inevitable at this point. Back air is not finding the mark. The gyro gets shielded to try and clear the way, and the back air finally does it. And we get a little taunt as well. Ooh, even cancels it. Just, you know, just in time. Hold on. This is how it gets started. I'm still okay.
Oh, not the falling up air to shift the hurt box, but that is going to be Zomba winning CT GamerCon, like we had all been saying. The first time a winner from outside of CT going to be taking it all, and it will be Zomba here representing Tri-State. Will be taking the crown. We'd love to see it if you're a Tri-State fan.
True, it was a great showing, really comfortable all of the way through the bracket on winner side, and definitely confident as that set went on. It looked a little shaky, but you know, we always talk about that momentum. Jakal coming in fresh off of that loser set looked very comfortable, but unfortunately Zomba had to remind him of the record, and it is still a lot to a little, and another great showing for Zomba to add to the resume.
Feels good if you are Zomba, of course, you know, ripping the envelope right there.
Wow.
But you do also get a medal here, too.
Yeah.
Oh, Zomba, you're going to... Come on.
Yeah, flash it for the camera, might as well.
Yeah, match it.
Hey, 1, 2.
2, 3, 4.
Hello, IRS. Hello,
Go,
IRS.
I think he's 18 now. He can file taxes. Anyway, congratulations to Zomba, of course, for such a strong performance. It's always a pleasure to see Tri-State's best going at it. AG, it has been an absolute pleasure, as always.
As always. But real quick, we have so many new features here at House of 3000.
True, we have tons.
And most of them are lights, and they're expensive. So run the ads so we can keep those lights on. Hit the slides, Lyric.
Oh, that's me. Well,
Yeah.
You want to talk about House again since they're your sponsor?
Always. I'll never stop talking about House until Devin cuts the mic. Go ahead and check out House for all of your production needs. It is NYC's premier production house, no pun intended. Check them out on Twitter, or better yet, check them out on Blue Sky. Check them out on Twitch, like you are already doing probably, or YouTube, like you are already doing, and of course the Discord. Heck, get a quote. Bring them to your event, because they'll just make it better. Shoot me an email. events@house3000.nyc.
And you're going to want to enter this. If it's one thing that New England has, it's an event for everybody. There's events every weekend. And you got the New England Arcadian happening on March 29th. You got singles and doubles. And it'll be streamed, of course, on our friends over on twitch.tv/Collision Series TV. And if you want to sign up yourself, it's in Boston, specifically on Commonwealth Ave. Start.gg/NESU Arcadian for more.
Excellent. And some more New England love. We got Push the Limit, Game Underground's lovely series over in Massachusetts, this time in Waltham. It's going to be April 6th this time. We got Squad Strike, we got singles, and we have a good time guaranteed. Love the gang over at GU. They always put on a good show. Go ahead and check that out. If you need all the info, it is at start.gg/PTL32.
Big shout-outs, of course, to Smash UMA putting on the Safari Saturday, April 12th in the Student Union, specifically the Black Box Theater. Doors open at 11:30. It's something very important to see that you see on your screen. Over $400 in prizes, $10 venue, $5 for 5cc, and it's featuring, of course, Smash Ultimate, Smash Melee, but also Smash 4!
And there's a Safari bracket? Check it out. It's going to be a good time. Go ahead and join the Discord up in the corner for some more info, and we have a very die-hard Smash 4 group in the region, and I always love to see some Smash 4 love.
Absolutely. And of course, you also have URI's campus bringing you Smash Ultimate and Rivals of 8th. They're happening on April 26th. I'm telling you, New England is the place to go if you want stacked events just all the way down the line. I mean, Ultimate, Rivals, Smash 4, you can find it anywhere. $150 pop bonus for both games as well. $5 venue, $5 entry too, so it's affordable as well. You guys are definitely going to want to go on ahead and check that out. Scan the QR code on your screen as well.
And if you can't wait just a few weeks for that event, don't worry. We have Prodigy Classic next week over at the Prodigy Event Center in East Hampton. A lovely event. I was just at the last one, what feels like not too long ago, and it's such a good time. The vibe's great, the venue wonderful, and plenty of events. As you see, we got Ultimate Melee, Rivals, and Smash 4.
It's
coming back. It's coming back. We're tired of Ultimate. Let's get a worse game. I love Smash 4, though.
Yeah, of course. Big shout-outs, of course, to Smash 4. I didn't play that game too much. I was playing Melee, but still...
You missed out.
I'm sure I did. Regardless, though, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. I'm Lyric. This is AG. Any shout-outs you want to give before we sign off?
I love Connecticut's terrific gamer and anime convention. Thank you.
Second year that we've done this block in a row, too.
Wow.
So big thank you, of course, to everybody for having us. Big thank you, of course, to production and staff. And we'll see you guys next year for sure.